Hey, beautiful people, this is your man, Dr. TORIAN'S, the minister of the Hillcrest Church of Christ in Decatur, Georgia. And this is a segment that we call TORIAN'S Tidbits. That's right. This is where I can offer you some tidbits of information. Hopefully it is motivating, inspiring, and encouraging just for a moment in time. And the word that I want to talk to you about today is the word patience. Now, I don't like that word at all, right? Listen, I'm a very impatient person. Let my wife tell it. If you ask my children, they'll probably say I don't really like to wait for anything. I'm always in a rush. I always got to get to the next place, and I'm constantly moving. So I'm not a very patient person, and that's okay. I'll admit it, right? I know God ain't through working on me yet. Truth be told, some of y'all are probably very impatient as well. You're probably just like me. But patience is so important to have. Let me tell you why. I was driving to work, right? And if you know anything about Atlanta, I live about 30 minutes away from the church office. But with the traffic we have here, ridiculous, by the way, right? That's a whole nother video. We can get into that some other time. But the traffic, it takes me probably an hour and a half sometimes to get from my doorstep to the church office every day on the day, one way, every single morning. And so as I'm driving to the church, I'm sitting in traffic, bumper to bumper, 5 miles, 10 miles an hour. And I find myself getting upset with the cars in front of me, right? And I'm making all kind of assumptions. Oh, they're probably on their phone texting. There's probably an accident up there. They're probably looking on the side of the road and not paying attention, and somebody rear-ended someone. Like, why are they not driving so well, right? Why are they driving so terribly? And as a result, it's making me late for work. And I don't want to be late, right? I'm in a rush. I don't have patience. I need to get to where I need to get to. And the fact that you're not driving so well in front of me, you're slowing down my day. That's what my thoughts are. But then something came over me and said, Torian, be patient, right? Just be patient. Here's why. I don't know what's happening up there. Someone's life could be in danger. Someone could have just lost a life. Maybe there's an accident 3-4 miles down the road and someone lost their life, and as a result, it's causing all the cars to back up. Maybe there's some police activity. Maybe there's a hostage situation, a standoff, a SWAT team is involved. Who knows, right? Someone's life literally may be on the line. And I thought to myself, how selfish is that for me to be upset that I'm 5 minutes late to work when someone's life is hanging in the balance? Now, don't get me wrong. Totally understand how important it is for you to make it to work on time, and you don't want to get ridden up for the 5th time this week because you're always late. I know how important it is to get to work on time, but man, how selfish was it for me in that moment to think that it was all about me, and there's 10 million other cars on the road trying to get to the same place, right? And so I thought to myself, Tori, you got to be patient. You've got to practice this patience. And then this Bible verse came to mind, and this Bible verse I'm pretty sure you've heard of before. It says, be still and know that I am God, right? Think about it. Be still and know that I am God. And I know that verse is a tough one for me to understand, man, because I don't want to be still. I want to keep moving. I want to be in control of everything. I want to run this life. I want to do this. I want to be in charge of this. I want to move at my own pace and my own speed. And then the Bible is saying, be still. And so that's a tough thing for me to swallow. But what I've grown to understand is this. Many of our blessings are attached to us being still. Oh, don't miss this. I preached this at the church here a couple weeks ago. Sometimes your blessing is in staying put. And too many times we try to move because situations are uncomfortable. Think about it when there's traffic on the road. Folks will take detours. Folks will get off on the next exit and go around because they're not willing to sit through whatever uncomfortable situation on the road that they have to sit through. And I know how unpleasant that can be. However, your blessings can be found in being still and being patient and not moving. So I'll say to you in a very straightforward way, stop moving so much. Stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to run on your own pace. Just be still. And when you're still, there, my friends, that's where you might find your blessing. Being patient is where you might find your blessing. Staying put in situations that don't seem to be the most comfortable is where you might find your blessing. Again, a couple weeks ago, I talked about the same message in church. And what I told folk is when you are in a very uncomfortable situation, if you are just willing to endure through that, in other words, be still, stay put, don't move, what we might not know is that God is working through us in our uncomfortable situation to bless other members of our family and friends and everybody that's around us. Now watch this. If you move too soon, if you jet out of there the first opportunity you get, if you get off on the next exit and find your own detour, then those folk that are in need of the blessing might not get what they need because you decided to move too soon. So I don't know who this message is for, but the word for the day is patience, and you've got to practice it. We've got to be still so that God can do what God does. This is your man, Torian Salary. I will see you on the next go round. Take care.